Chances are you have already received an ESG questionnaire from a major customer, a request from an investor on your ESG exposure, or a tender document with a section you did not see 3 years ago. Today, ESG due diligence is no longer optional, it's a commercial reality.
Exactly, and the risks are very concrete. Products blocked at EU borders due to forced labor concerns, contracts lost due to missing ESG data, and significant fines where due diligence fails. But here's the thing, companies that move early are also turning this into a competitive advantage.
Let's start with the basics. ESG due diligence is the process of identifying, assessing, and addressing environmental, social, and governance risks and impacts across the company's operations and chain of activities. It's a framework that turns regulatory obligation into structured, documented action.
Right, and the concept itself is not new. Sector-specific regimes such as the Conflict Minerals Regulation, REACH, critical raw materials, and business conduct frameworks have been setting expectations for years. What has changed is enforcement. We have moved from disclosure to action. Furthermore, the action-based international frameworks that already existed were mostly voluntary-based, and this is another element of novelty.
That shift is shaped by playing out across 3 main regulatory pillars. First, conduct-based rules such as CSDDD, requiring companies to implement due diligence across their entire chain of activities. Second, product and market access rules like forced labor or deforestation regulations, where non-compliant products simply cannot enter the EU market. Third, reporting frameworks such as CSRD, requiring companies to disclose their due diligence systems and outcomes.
And what is important to understand is that these are not separate requirements. They rely on the same underlying data, processes, and controls. The key shift is this. Due diligence is now an operational, end-to-end system that must be embedded in business decisions, supply chains, and governance, instead of a ticking boxing exercise. So the challenge is not to build multiple compliance programs, but to design one integrated due diligence system with shared foundations and targeted adjustment for each regulation.
Exactly. And amongst these instruments, CSDDD occupies a foundational position. Its process-based framework provides a compliance architecture that substantially satisfies the requirement of other EU instruments and due diligence obligations.
In other words, build it once and it serves the full ecosystem.
Precisely. Done right, this approach supports compliance across the full regulatory landscape and creates real business value. But Rocco, what about those companies that are not directly in scope? Because they are affected. Large companies are cascading obligations in their chain of activities, and suppliers that cannot provide contractual assurances to in-scope customers risk losing their contracts.
Absolutely. Being audit-ready is already a market standard commercial differentiator. The traceability infrastructure and documented processes built for compliance today are the same assets that answer a procurement questionnaire, satisfy an ESG-focused investor, or strengthen a tender bid tomorrow. As a result, ESG due diligence is quickly becoming a market standard and a differentiator in commercial relationships.
We have covered a lot of ground today. In the next videos, we will break down each of these regulations in more detail.
And in the meantime, whether you are in mandatory scope, facing indirect pressure from your value chain, or planning ahead, now it's the right time to assess where you stand. Get in touch with our team if you'd like to discuss your specific situation.